Hello, everyone. My name is Tarun. Today we have Tanay and Tarun, who is the Chief Editor of TelecomTalk. Today is World Telecom Day. We would be joined by various industry experts who would be sharing their views about 5G and other use cases. Tanay, over to you.
Okay, Tarun. First of all, I'm really excited to be doing this because this is the first time I guess we are doing something like this. So I'm really glad that we could bring all of these industry experts to one area, one table, and all of them could share their a little bit of time and insights on what India holds for 5G and its future. So when we talk about 5G and the future, like the future is bright in a sense, okay, but there are a lot of challenges that India still needs to address. So we have already seen a lot of innovative use cases coming up courtesy to Vodafone Idea. We have also experienced a few of them, but we know that Bharti Airtel and Reliance Jio are also making long strides into developing innovative use cases. But the thing is, Tarun, to make 5G a very big success in India, first of all, a massive rollout would be required because only then the telecom operators would be able to make their return on investment. But this is a long term play, right? This won't happen in a day, this won't happen in a month, or maybe even 1 or 2 years. It is a long term play. So, for that to happen, we need to build a strong foundation. So, government plays a really big role here because the reforms that government recently announced back in September 2021, it was a really great step for helping the telecom sector. But I believe there are reforms 2.0 that are in the process to be released. They will also play a key role. And government needs to keep pitching in here, right, as a support system for the telecom sector, not necessarily in a monetary means, but there are policies that could help the operators in rolling out 5G networks better. So yesterday on April, sorry, not yesterday, but on May 14th, we saw that DOT inaugurated the Shakti Sanchar, something like that. I'm not recalling the name right, but it's a central system, central portal for the ROW applications that telecom sector can leverage, right? So this ROW portal would ensure that applications are being processed really fast, and if there is a laziness from the authorities, they will be held accountable because the process has become more transparent now. So, Tarun, one thing, like I said, is government help. Okay, the policies need to be aligned in the favor of telecom sector. Then the second thing is we need skilled labor in the country. So a lot of industry experts, if you go through their talks, you will hear that there is a shortage of skilled labor in India. So why is that so? Because we have not really invested a lot into skilling the youth. Like you and me know, there's a India is, I guess, the biggest country when it comes to youth population, right? So there's a huge potential, and there are government bodies, there are private bodies, NGOs also, which are working to skill young people of India into making them expert in the telecom area. So that is also something that we have to look forward to, and that needs to happen. So, Tarun, like, what do you think about 5G? Even you have seen 5G use cases. What do you think it is its future in India?
5G is going to be very exciting, Tanay, not only for consumers, like even for enterprise consumers also over the period of time. We already, there are a lot of things happening around the globe. There are private 5G networks, like Nokia and others are already testing it out. So what's going to happen, like how Vodafone happened to showcase the use cases sometime back in Pune, that they showed how healthcare system is going to change, how they can utilize in mines and all those things and all. For the consumer perspective, like if you remember, Airtel happened to showcase that gaming, it's going to be ultra fast. The pings and all those things are going to be pretty good. So it's going to be something game changing moment once 5G launched. But what really matters, what we have to see is that like how the pricing is going to be. Like how end consumers are going to accept it. But what I believe is that maybe they're gonna come up with a plan that can be afforded by everyone. But still, as far as I know, 4G is still there. Most of the users are having broadband connections also. So we just need to see how users going to adapt when it comes to the pricing factor, but I believe it's going to be a little expensive, or maybe more than that. So that's what I think.
But Tarun, like I would like to point it out here. Like we had a chat with Mr. Randeep Sekhwan, the CTO of Bharti Airtel, a few days back. So in that conversation, I asked him specifically, like, will 5G be that expensive? Will there be a very big difference? So he said, looking from the global market perspective, we don't think 5G is going to be very expensive, or it won't hold a very huge premium over 4G. So I guess that is something that we'll get to know whether it is truth in time or not. But from the words of Mr. Sekhon, I believe that 5G is not going to be as expensive. So that is something
Definitely,
really
Tanay,
exciting.
we might have to pay a little more than what we are paying to
Yeah, yeah,
4G. And
obviously.
there are already talks that 4G tariff is going to increase, so
Right.
that
Yeah.
also we need to
Yeah.
keep in mind. So it's not going to be the
Mm-hmm.
same tariff what we are getting
True.
right now. So
Mm-hmm.
even every operator, be it Vodafone, Airtel, everyone, they are looking for a higher
Mm-hmm.
ARPU, which is average revenue per
Mm-hmm.
user.
Right.
So
True.
so maybe once that comes to the peak, and then after that, what's going to happen in the 5G pricing, that we will have to see, that's something which we need to look forward.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Tanay, another thing I wanted to know is that how BSNL is going to sustain because when all these private operators have already they are in the testing phase, and there are a lot of news coming from BSNL is going to launch, like they still come up with news that they're going to launch 4G, and then after a couple of months they will say that okay, we're going to launch 5G. So as you have been covering about BSNL for so long,
Yeah.
so what do you see?
So,
What's happening? What's
so
the insights
Tarun, the
with
thing is,
BSNL?
when it comes to BSNL, there are always a lot of talks. There is always a lot of development, but at the end of the day, nothing really happens. So we have been listening about BSNL is going to launch 4G since maybe back in 2018, 19, 20. Then some problem or the other comes up, right? So until and unless they come right out, they start testing it in different cities and they start launching the networks, we cannot really say whether 5G is coming or not, because 4G is the base for it, right? Because BSNL is going to go for 5G NSA. There's no scope for 5G SA for the state-run telecom operator right now. So when we talk about 4G, there are a lot of developments as of now, like always. So BSNL said that it is going to test 4G networks in 4 districts of Kerala starting August. Right, then there was also an official tweet from BSNL India that said in Pune by December 2022 BSNL will launch 4G networks. So now these are fun statements coming from the company, but again, it is a very long time left. December, August, it's still quite a few months, so we don't really know what a problem would arrive in between, because it has been sort of a seamless partnership between TCS, dot and BSNL. Things have got delayed, but at the end of the day, they have received the results. So when we talk about 5G with BSNL, once it has a strong foundational 4G network, they can go for 5G NSA technology. But again, that would require a lot of capex. So I hope BSNL might not be thinking that they would get support from DOT again and again, and they should rather look for maximizing their revenues through 4G and then start launching 5G, because 5G should not be a worry for BSNL right now, because BSNL can still hold a very huge market share in the 4G game and make a good amount of money till 2027. Yeah.
The only good thing what I see, Tanay, right now is that right now we have the 5G handsets. Like the market is filled
Mhm.
with 5G handsets.
True.
Earlier, what we had, there was a shortage of 4G handsets when 4G was launched.
Mm.
So
Mm.
this is something, a plus point I see. Maybe once the
Right.
network get deployed and people have them on there, because most of the new devices that comes with 5G. So almost all the devices, not most of the devices, almost all the devices that comes with 5G now. So that's one plus point from a consumer point of view. They don't need to change a handset or something. Yeah, Tanay. Anything else that you want to add it up?
Not really, Tarun. I guess like we should keep it brief over here. We'll let people go to the other speakers as well. So thank you for joining in, guys, today. I hope you had an insightful learning experience from us. If you want to know about something else, you can put it in the comment section below. We'll get back to you with maybe another few videos, or you can also check out our website TelecomTalk. We'll be putting up some more articles about 5G and BSNL and basically the whole telecom sector in India as well as the global market in the coming days. So yeah, you check it out.